First period students, good morning. I am making this video because I won't have you in class Monday morning or Tuesday morning for more than 5 or 8 minutes because Pickaway Ross is going to do a presentation. So I want to tell you what I'll be telling the other two honors classes. So I have this slideshow that I will post titled How to Earn a High Essay Score. So let me explain it real quick. First, you need to understand the prompt. Make sure you understand what the prompt is asking. The week 2 essay prompt is asking 4 things. First, it's saying, read the 5 sources, understand what they're saying. They all make different claims about the founding fathers, about the people who write the Declaration of Independence. The 5 authors are saying different things about those men. So first, what is that argument that each of them is making? So you need to make 5 statements. What is the argument each of these 5 sources is making? Second, how are those arguments similar to each other? What are their similarities? Third, how are they different? And fourth, which one do you agree with? You cannot write this essay in fewer than 5 paragraphs, okay? An introductory paragraph and then 4 body paragraphs, I guess, okay? I don't even know how you can write this in 500 words. I think it needs to be more than that, but that's up to you. Second, you need to follow directions, okay? Still, I have a lot of people turning in essays without a cover page. I'm not sure why you're doing that. My instructions say to have a title page. You need to have 3 things on the title page. You need to have a non-generic title, something that's specific to your essay. You need to have your name, and you need to have the class period and the class name, Honors American History. You need to double space your essay. If you don't double space your essay, you're getting a 0. You need to follow directions. Double space. Highlight everything. Go up top. There's a spacing. It's got lines and then it's got an arrow up and down. Hit that. Go to double space. If you have questions on that, ask me. Super easy. Once I show you how to do it, you'll be an expert at double spacing. And third, you need to have inch margins. To do that, go up to File, go down to Page Layout, and click on Page Layout, and it'll have top margin, bottom margin, left margin, right margin. Just make sure all 4 of those boxes is 1. And click Set as Default, and then Save, and you're in good shape. Next, use the rubric. I gave you the rubric. I told you how I would be grading. So I think that's the fair way to do it. Whether you reference that rubric is up to you, but I'm giving you the rubric that I will use to grade your papers. Next, don't plagiarize. This is obvious, but for some students it's not. Even if you copy and paste and then change a few words, that's still plagiarism. Basically, if I can copy and paste what you wrote into Google, and if Google can find something that is basically the same, that's plagiarism. It'll get you a 0 out of 10. That's going to really hurt your grade. Don't do that, please. Use the sources I gave you. That's why I gave them to you. If you don't use them, you are cheating yourself. You are wasting your time writing this essay. Okay? Please use the sources that I gave you. If you don't understand them, read them again. If they still don't make sense, read it again. After 3 times, if it still doesn't make sense, let me know. Send me an email. Don't tell me in class. Send me an email. That way I know you're serious, and I'll help you out. Okay? Also, I made 2 videos last week about 2 of the sources, the Frederick Douglass speech and what was the other one? The Abraham Lincoln response to the Dred Scott decision. I made 2 videos about 2 of these documents. You should watch them. I think they would help you out a lot if you were having trouble with those 2. Maybe not, but I think they would. They're in the classroom stream. So find those and take a look. Next, I don't even understand why I need to say this, but I need to say this. You need to take this essay seriously. This is your grade. This is a real class. You need to take it seriously. That means this is an essay, not a text. Don't try to make jokes in your essay. They're not funny if you tried that. You should probably avoid asking questions. I get it that sometimes in English class that works as a hook. I get it. And that's true, but a lot of times it just doesn't work. So if my recommendation is that you avoid asking questions. Do not use personal pronouns. Don't use I, we, us, let us, which is a contraction, let's. Don't use those. This is an essay, okay? Last, anytime you reference somebody's name, let's say Thomas Jefferson, say first and last name for the first time, and then if you reference him again later in the essay, just use his last name. Please do not call him Thomas. You don't know Thomas Jefferson, he's dead. So just call him Jefferson after you use both first and last names. Next, another thing I can't believe I'm saying, you need to capitalize things that should be capitalized. If you don't capitalize people's names or things like country names or Declaration of Independence, you need to capitalize those things, okay? You need to proofread. A lot of you did not proofread, and I can tell because your sentences make 0 sense. And you would know that if you proofread. You should leave yourself at least a few hours before this thing is due to be done writing, wait a few hours, and then proofread. That separation of a few hours, it's better if you have a day or two, but I'm trying to be realistic. That separation of a few hours will help you catch things that don't really make sense in your essay. It happens to all of us. You're going to find mistakes when you proofread. Catch those before you turn this in. This is a big grade. Take it seriously for your own sake. Next, I've heard multiple students brag about their procrastination as if laziness and bad planning was something to be proud of. Please don't do that. That makes you look silly, okay? You need time to process this information, okay? Especially if you're saying, hey, this stuff doesn't make sense. Should probably have not waited until the day that this thing is due before you tell me that. That shows you're procrastinating. And last, realize I'm here to help you. I get that I am speaking sternly to you right now, but seriously, it's because I care about you learning these pieces of learning this information about this history, and I care about you being able to write. I understand that this is not English class, but you still need to be able to write to be a responsible American citizen. So if you have questions, I am here to help you. Please contact me. Use email. Use Remind. A note about Remind. If you have a phone and aren't part of the Remind group for this class, I have no idea why that is. Why wouldn't you do that? It's another way that I can make contact with you. If you were on Remind, you would know that I posted those videos because I texted people on Remind, said, hey, I posted a video. So, why am I making this video? Who cares? I'm making this video because if you want to revise, now that I've talked through the prompt and given you this extra pep talk, stern warning, I didn't even look at, I looked at a handful of the essays for week 2 and felt that this was needed. If you want to make revisions to week 2, you can. Those revisions are due on Thursday. I will grade this thing after Thursday. So if you want to make revisions, do so before 2:33 p.m. on Thursday. 2:33 p.m. Thursday is when these revisions are due, if you choose to make them. Of course, you don't need to, if you had a sweet week 2 essay that addressed the prompt, sweet, you don't need to do anything. But if you were rushed for time, if you didn't read the sources, if you didn't address the prompt, you should do that and revise week 2's essay. If you do that, it's due on Thursday at 2:33 p.m. All right, if you have questions, let me know.